All right, we are back. Thank you for joining again. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to talk about how Tesla just raised the interest rates on Tesla financing to a staggering 5.34%. I'm going to just give you all the tips on how to actually beat it, because please do not pay 5.34% on a vehicle or even a Tesla unless you absolutely need to. Like if you're a first time buyer or something like that, then that can make complete sense. But we're gonna talk about how much this interest actually is, how much the interest over a loan is, and I'm gonna give you guys the steps on how to actually beat it. So we're gonna talk about that, and let's roll the intro real quick. All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla or really good financing on a Tesla, like really good rates, or even where to sell your Tesla at a best possible price. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. I just made a video on how, breaking news, there is a discount on Model 3 and Model Y for $37.50. Thank you to everybody enjoying that. But we're going to talk about breaking news. Tesla just rose the interest rate. So let's just get into it. Tesla Model 3, super expensive car in my opinion. Well, actually Model 3 is okay. Model Y is definitely an expensive car at staggering like $66,000. But now that, that $37.50 discount starts to actually help. But let's say if you were to build a Model Y today, $66,000. Let's say you go base, because that's how I like it. Interesting, they brought so now actually that was always there. But let's say if we go to performance, okay, I digress. So anyways, Model Y long range, $66,000 out the door. You're probably, like, depending on what state you're in, at least like 70K, maybe even if you're in California, 72, 73K, because it's about 10% tax, registration, everything. But here it is. If you go through Tesla financing, the lowest rate that you can actually get today is 5.34%. They just rose this, or at least it looks like they just raised this along with that $37.50 discount. So they kind of did a sleight of hand right there. In my opinion, they say, hey guys, or hey guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you got a $37.50 discount, but your interest rate is now up 5.34% if you go through us. So I'm going to go straight through it. But first, before I show you all the different ways to actually beat that interest rate, and spoiler, you can actually basically have that into half. This video is actually sponsored by my Calendly link. Down below in the description, you can actually find a Calendly link where you can schedule a call with me. It's a 15 to 30 minute call where you can actually ask me one-on-one any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even great financing on a Tesla. And after they schedule the call, you can actually get a link to my buying guide that has links to all the resources that I use to get the best deal or really good financing, including all the credit unions that I'm about to mention. But let's just get into it. So 5.34%, let's quickly go over what this actually means. So I just put in here, this is a simple auto loan calculator. I put $70,000, which is about what the out the door price would be on a base Model Y. Let's do 72 months because that's what I usually do. Sometimes I go 65, but usually I don't go 60 because I can't afford the payment if I were honest. So $70,000, 72 months, 5.34%. That is a staggering $1,100 a month, or $1,140 a month, and your total interest is almost $12,000 if you kept this loan all the way through the end of the 72 months, which is probably not recommended. So the first real thing is I'm going to show you this credit union right here. The name of the game, the TLDR, the summary of everything is to beat Tesla financing, to beat this 5.34%, you have to go through a credit union. And I'm not sponsored by any of these credit unions. I don't even have like referral code set up because I don't know, I should, but I just don't. I just want to give you guys the information so you don't pay like these crazy rates at the end of the day. So Tower Federal Credit Union, I've joined it. A bunch of my viewers have joined it. It's really easy to join. I'll show you guys in a second, but right here, they haven't these rates have been for like the past like 30 to 60 days, it's the same thing. but 2.99% for 60 months and 3.49% for 72 months. So right off the bat, that's almost like half. That's almost half of what the Tesla financing rate is basically at. So let's just look at that. So let's put in 3.49. You're paying $12,000 interest here, and with the 1140 monthly payment, let's just put in 3.49 and see what that actually does, how much you'll actually save monthly and how much you'll save in interest, which is the kicker. So right there, you save about, what is that, like $60 a month, give or take, quick math, and what? That's like $4,000 in interest. That's some good savings. But let's take it a step further. But actually, first, let me show you. With Tower Federal Credit Union, it's really easy to join. You just have to go through Y Tower, go to eligibility, and you have to donate $35 to their foundation first, and then you're eligible to set up and everything like that. You can't actually, you could try and say some of this stuff, but you actually really need to be an immediate family or a member or whatever of someone else. But the easiest way, just donate $35, get out of the way, and become a member of their foundation and move on. The other credit union that's been recently has came up and has been working really well is Labor Credit Union. A couple of my viewers actually signed up for this, and this is the rates they have. 2.74% for 65 months. That's the lowest I've actually ever seen. And of course, since it's a 65-month loan, that's going to be a higher payment, but the real kicker here is the interest. So let's see right now, if you were to, we already had it set up. It was 11,000 and some change before him. Now it's 7,600 or 7,700 and some change. Let's see if we switch it to 65 months and 2.74, it goes down another $1,100 in interest savings, but your payment goes up a little because of course it is a 65-month term. So those are two recommendations that you can use right off the bat to save from 5.34% down to 2.74 with Labor Credit Union. Or if you want to go that crazy 84, 88 months, I've only done 84 months once, and it was on 2.74 or 2.65% interest rate, but I quickly sold the car after that, so it wasn't even like I didn't hold it for that long, so it didn't really make any difference. But or you could go with Tower Federal with that 2.99 for 60 months. Really just structure it however you want to. What I actually recommend is once you get the VIN and an actual delivery date, apply for both of these credit unions and just really see who gives you the best deal at the best interest rate and the best term that works for you at the end of the day. So really simple stuff. Of course, if you do go through a credit union to beat this Tesla rate of 5.34, you do have to let them know you're doing outside financing, and there's just a separate process for that where you have to go through it, and hopefully your Tesla advisor will walk you through all that and help you out. But L Boogie, Tesla trying to be tricky, they're not giving any real breaks. Yeah, exactly. Sleight of hand right there. Hey, look, hit 3750 discount. Oh, nope, 5.34 interest rate, a little raise on you. I'm going to use Tower CU. Exactly. Just go through a credit union and save your money. Nad Joe, welcome. Tesla gave me 4.99 on Model X, but I should pay $40K up front. Yeah, that makes, because Model X, if you're talking about the current Model X at like 120, 130, 40, $50,000, $40K up front isn't that bad. That's like what, 30, 40, actually that's kind of bad, 30, 40% down. Typically like 20% down or even 10 to 20% down is good, but $40K up front, it is an expensive car. It's a lot of risk for them at the end of the day with at least the financing partner. So I can certainly understand why they would want a big chunk of change up front. So, but yeah, this is a quick video. I just want to refresh everything that, interest rates are up 5.34%. And this quick tip on just how to beat it. Hopefully this video helps you guys out. And yeah, okay, with the White Rabbit, are you buying a Model Y this month? Really good question. I have not yet had a chance to kind of like digest what's happening with this 37 discount and really think about it. I just made a video about the news about the 3750 discount and my thoughts on who should be buying a car, like the certain candidates that it makes sense. And there's three types of people that it really makes sense. I might make another video on just like who should be utilizing the 3750 discount, because there's three types of buyers. But I don't know. If I could get a standard range, I don't know. I'm just being cheap. Maybe a long range. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I'm gonna sleep on it tonight, because that was my plan, to kind of like throw in an order late in the game in December and see if the tax credit would play a game. But this has kind of been out of left field that they're basically throwing in that 3750 discount and just pulling it right line for line right off the bat. But I don't know, White Rabbit. What about you? Are you buying? Are you buying a Model Y this month? Is the 3750 enough for you to just jump in the game, or you want that sweet $7,500 discount at the end of the day? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. I'm curious. I think I'm gonna make a poll. Actually, that's a good idea, White Rabbit. I'm gonna make a poll. I'm gonna make a poll on my YouTube. I'm gonna say, is 3750 enough for you to buy this month? Yes, no, maybe so. I need 7,500. The White Rabbit, I'm waiting for the last week to make decision in case they give more discount. I like your style. I like your thinking. Might as well, right? What's another couple weeks? We already know Tesla has a ton of vehicles in inventory, as you see on this page right now. So if the 3750 doesn't juice it up, I mean, we might as well wait, right? I like that. I like that strategy, White Rabbit. I'm going to follow that strategy. I'm copying it for my own now. Happy Hippo, welcome back. Exactly. Yeah, some good, interesting stuff. We got to think about this. We got to think about whether 3750 is enough for us. I mean, I want to get back to these older prices. I know that's very unrealistic, but I've just had friends that I just remember the time my Model Y performance was $60,000. Of course, there was that $4,000 discount, but it was still $60,000. And I guess at the time it was like 64 or whatever. But like that I can't stomach paying, $70K or even $65K for a Model Y performance. I want to get back to the old days. I mean, I sound like an old person, I guess, but that's what I want. I can't stomach, and I mean, we'll get there, right? What goes up must come down at some point, but who knows when is the question. But I got good patience. I'm a very patient person at the end of the day. Now, Joe, I have a Model Y now, and I still feel like the Model Y is too expensive for 55K. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think the Model Y is a 50 to 55K car, and you got to remember, there is a lot of competition coming to the market in the next year from all manufacturers in that mid-sized luxury segment. We got the Mercedes EQB that's already out, the Audi Q4 e-tron, Lexus is coming out with the RZ, we got Toyota BZ out, we've got tons, I mean, BMW is probably going to come out with something soon, a ton of vehicles in that same price range that's going to put a lot of pressure on that 65K Model Y, because why would people buy a 65K Model Y when they can get a 50 whatever K, other brand? I mean, I get it. Supercharging is amazing, that you can't discredit that. The technology is amazing. You can't discredit that. But, luxury is still luxury, especially with the suspension, the comfort and all that stuff. And that's kind of lacking with the Model Y. But I've yet to drive a 2023 Model Y with the comfort suspension. I think Happy Hippo, you're going to let me know, right, after you take delivery, how that is. But yeah, I'm super interested because I've been hearing it kind of both sides. Most people say comfort suspension is amazing. It's great. It's better than the past. But there was one person that wrote it's not all that, and it's kind of whatever. But we'll see. We shall see. Happy Boy, I got it when it was 3K less plus 3750. Yeah, exactly. You got a steal. Congratulations. I'm a little jelly, but you're going to enjoy it. Just go in, like the call we had earlier today, down below in the description, Callie link. It's funny because we were talking about, like, you're right on the fence, but then now it's just this probably just push you over. You're like a happy camper at the end of the day. And I would 100% be too. Poker Train will take delivery of Model Y long range 7-seater in a few days. Couldn't believe the 37 happy AF. Yeah, exactly. Almost gave him my VIN for next year tax incentive after 10 months of waiting. Yeah, and you have a 7-seater, which takes longer. As we all know, it's rarer, takes longer to get, and you just got that extra 3750. So what are you going to do with that extra 3750? Exactly. Hopefully you're going to have an amazing Christmas. So congrats. White Rabbit, I'm also considering a new Prius Prime. That's interesting. Have you seen the new Prius? Because that's coming out next year too, which I know it's not fully electric, but it's competition at the end of the day, because Priuses, they're definitely probably half the price of Model 3 and Model Ys, or more than half the price of a Model Y, like 26 to 35K. So even though it's not fully electric, it's still dollars and gas and electricity. It all costs money at the end of the day. So you got to just kind of see what makes sense for you. And sometimes Prius just makes sense. I mean, I took a hard look at it when that new Prius came out. I thought it looked great. Homer Simpson, welcome. I had a chance to buy the Model Y at $49,500, but canceled, hoping to get the Cybertruck this year. Cybertruck is looking more like Elon's boring project. It's gone up to $66,000. Yeah, exactly. Cool story. I went to the Peterson Museum the other day, got to see the Cybertruck in person. Also got to see France. Pretty cool. But Cybertruck, crazy design. I was like taking a look and I was actually like poking it and then I got yelled at. But yeah, the body welds and the wrapping everything, it's definitely a looker in person. It's got stance, it's got everything. I don't know how that thing is actually going to get produced. And once we start seeing it on the road, like the one thing that really stuck out to me was the tires are humongous. That windshield is ridiculous. Like if it gets a crack, like you are screwed, but really amazing car. Hopefully I can get one and sit in one and drive one, or even like, whatever, but it's crazy. The Cybertruck, if that actually happens, like that's going to be nuts, and fingers crossed. But yeah, exactly. I'm in the same camp. The Model Y at 49.5. So that means those were like what, early 2021 right here. That was an insane time before. And now it's 16,000 dollars more. White Rabbit, just curious, is the new Tesla semi truck for sale? Yeah, they just did delivery. I think you could at one point put your name on one for a semi truck. It was like $150,000 up to $180,000. It's crazy. I watched that thing earlier today. Insane with the actual stats, like 500-mile range, and that type of charger, battery, whatever thing is coming to the Cybertruck as well. Insane in my opinion, but really cool cockpit. I want to sit in one. I got to the Peterson Museum in LA has a Tesla exhibit, and actually in the parking lot, you don't even have to go inside. There's a full-size semi truck, which I actually got to kind of see and took a picture of. So really cool to see it in person and life size and all of its glory. Homer Simpson, I cannot justify the Model Y 60K. Should I wait until 2023 to see if the Model Y will drop in price? I mean, you kind of have to, right? You could get a $3,750 discount now, but I mean, I don't know, like if we were to try and speculate now, Tesla doesn't do too many price increases, or like doesn't go crazy with price increases or decreases. Was super surprised when I saw the 3750 incentive. That's kind of out of their wheelhouse from what they've done in the past. But now the sky is the limit. Like, what if this doesn't do anything for sales and it's kind of like same old, same old? Like, are they going to jack it up to 7,500? Is the 3750 coming next year and then they need to add, a couple $1,000s on top of that? We could be looking at, what goes up to 66,000 could potentially go back down to high 50. I think they're going to do it $1,000 to $2,000 at a time next year, just to gauge the market, to play with the demand levers like they're doing in other countries. But who knows? But definitely January and February is going to be an interesting time in the market. People don't necessarily buy cars then because it's the winter season. So it's going to be super interesting. And as we get closer to the end of the year, we're going to probably find out more about the tax credit and if it's going to be a full 3750 or that 7,500. But yeah, that's basically it. I wanted to make a quick video that the Tesla interest rates have been now raised to 5.34%. Be wary of that, and hopefully you guys know how to beat that with the options that I gave early in this video. Last question, Najo, which one do you think will depreciate more if I want to sell in 2 years, Model Y or 2023 Model X? Depends on the Model X. Well, and also I guess depends on the Model Y. Performance and Plaid depreciate like a rock. Be careful. Long range holds better value, but then the Model X. Yeah, Model X long range, it all depends on entry point too. But if you're going to buy new for new, then the Model Y will probably depreciate less for sure than the Model X, dollar for dollar. But percentage, yeah, definitely, because there's less buyers in that higher 100 to 120K price range. So you just got to be really careful of that. Unless you're getting a good entry point. Like right now, you can get a 2022 Model X. And I was literally just looking at this. Like, here you go. These are already massively depreciated. Just pick up one of these and just be on your way. That's what I would do. And I'm waiting for these to drop down to like 90K if possible, fingers crossed, but we'll see how long that takes. All right. Well, thanks guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Hopefully you guys have good information on this. And I guess I'm going to stream about something else in about 5 minutes. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.